Well, thank you for watching this video. This video is for QuickBooks Desktop, and this is tutorial for beginners. And in this video, I'm going to use 2016 QuickBooks. And so, if you have 2014 or 15 or next year 17 and so on, the steps still work. You can learn how to use QuickBooks with this video. Uh, so in this video, I'm going to focus on inventory tracking. So if you have a business that needs to track inventory, so this is the quick video you want to watch, and this is QuickBooks Basic type. Let's get started. So I'm going to do this from scratch. So I'm going to create a company, new company. So when you install it, the first thing you will see is something like this, and you click Express Start, right? And let's say you want to create a company name of your company. Let's say Dave's Computer, and industry. Let's say it's a computer type. I'm going to sell some computers, and if it's not on the list, you can you can just select the ones that's pretty close, and then you have other none. But it it's close to click the industry that's close to deals with type of business you're in. They always have general type too. So this it's not a big thing. So make sure it's just select the closest one and click OK. And the business type, this is your business entity. It is a sole proprietorship or a partnership or a corporation, S corporation, C corporation. So I'm just going to use sole proprietorship for this one. And in your case, if it's different, you can always change it inside the file. It's not a big thing. You can just change it later on. And then your EIN number, you can put in EIN number later or right now, doesn't matter. And I'm going to preview your settings in here. So let's give you some settings. And so this is the chart of accounts they're going to create. And if you don't like some of these, you can just uncheck it like this. Let's say you're not going to do any resale, uncheck that one, right? But this is basically it's designed for this industry. And if you need to add anything, then you can add it from here. Let's say you need business license stuff, or you can add later on. So I'm going to say OK. Now I'm going to create a company. It should be very fast. There we go. Now it's asking for a quick setup. I'm just going to say start working. So this one is if you want to add bank accounts and add products and services, sell, you can do it from here. I'm just going to start working. I'm going to do it from scratch, start working. Okay, so now this is the home page you will see when when you have QuickBooks Desktop. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through almost all the all these steps, and the first thing I want to do is I want to show you where to go to. Chart of accounts is right here, right? First, you want to look at the chart of accounts. This is for entering all the transactions, right? Okay, so it's all in here, and even bonus equity and bonus draw, right? And if it is for like a partnership, then the name will be different, but still within equity type. Same thing with corporation, the name will be different, but still within equity type. All right, let's say in this case you have honest equity in here, honest draw in there, and let's say you want to there's a diamond thing here, you want to move honest equity uh, and honest draw after that. You can just do it, right? It has to be within equity type, right? If you want to move fixed asset in here, it's not going to work. Same to with interest expense, like this, you can move it any place you want. like this, right? Okay, so now we have here's a chart of accounts. Now I'm going to show you how to add some accounts. So you're in business now, you need a bank account, right? So I'm going to create a bank account for you. So account and create new. So this is how you create bank account or any other accounts, right? Or you can just right click any place in any account and you will see new. Will take you the same place. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is bank. I want to create bank account for this company. Okay, uh, and uh, and then see what happens. Okay, so now bank account. Let's say it's a Chase checking. Okay, so it's Chase checking. All right, and let's say you also have a Chase savings. The saving new still under account type. Account type still bank, right? It's very important. So Chase savings, right? Oops. Chase savings. Okay, so now you can save and close. You have two accounts, two bank accounts, and it's asking, do you want to set up bank feed? So I have a separate video for this one, so I'm going to say no. Okay, so checking, same thing. Let's say you want to see checking first, like this. You can move it, right? No big deal. All right, so now you went to the bank and put in some your own money. Let's say you put in $50,000 to savings, right? Let's say 50,000 to savings, deposit right here. All you have to do is, this is your check register now, or bank register. So you just double click it, deposit 50,000, right? Okay, an account you want to select. Now you have to guess. You have to select your equity account. So if you just move up, equity group is right here. Is first the fixed assets, and then liability side and equity, and right below that's income, and then you have cost of goods sold, right below income statement, income group, and then you have expenses. Okay, so you want to select uh, the equity account. This is your money, owner's equity, right? So record $50,000. Okay, so it's right there, 50,000. And now let's say checking, you also have you also put in 50,000. Deposit 50,000, right? Okay, the account you want to select is equity account, owner's equity account. This is the money you put into your business, owner's equity, 50,000. Okay, so now altogether you have $100,000 in bank account, these two, right? Okay, let's say you're not going to use this $50,000 from in checking account. You want to transfer from in QuickBooks only. Uh, in real time, you have to do it. You have to do online or go to the bank and do it. But in QuickBooks, let's say you want to transfer from checking to savings, so you go to banking right here. See banking, and then transfer funds right here, right? Okay, let's say you want to transfer checking to savings, $10,000, let's say, right? Save and close. So now you have 40 in here and 60 savings account. That's fairly easy, right? Okay, now so you can go to check register from here too. Just click that one and you'll ask you which checking account you want to go to, checking account or savings account, right? So now 50,000. When you open it, and you $10,000, you manually transfer it. Okay, so now, so you are in business. You track inventories, and you need to set up inventories in QuickBooks now. So first thing you want to do is you want to click this items and services. You can go from here or from list, item list. Okay. So in QuickBooks, underneath, if you click it, new, so you'll see service type, non-inventory, other charts, right? But you don't see inventory yet because you haven't selected that, you sell inventories, right? So as underneath you see item new, right? Or just double click it, it'll take you same place. Okay, so now what you need to do is, I'm going to close all these. Okay, go to edit and then preferences, right? And you select items and inventories, go to company preferences and purchase orders and inventory right here. You just select that one and some other selection. That's fine, everything looks good. So I'm going to click OK. All right, and if you have other if any we have other stuff open, then you'll automatically close it. We'll let you close it. Okay, so now if I go to items in here, you will see inventory now. See inventory part. This is what I'm looking for. Inventory part, right? So in this video, I'm not going to deal with inventory assembly. We have a separate video for that, very popular one. It deals with manufacturing bill assembly type. So you may want to check it out. But in this case, I'm just going to deal with inventory, non-inventory, and maybe service type. Okay, so now when you sell inventory, normally you'll charge sales tax, right? Okay, now you need to set up sales tax too. Go to edit again, go to preferences, right? And sales tax is right here. Company preference again, and you charge sales tax. And then change this radio button to S, say yes. And now you want to add sales tax, right? Okay, add sales tax. And let's just say sales tax name. Since I'm in California, let's just say inter-sales tax, right? And description, you can say the same thing. Okay, let's just say right here, and let's say you want to charge 8% sales tax on this one, 8%, and you need to select a vendor. Right now this vendor is not set up. Let's say its vendor is BOE. That's the Board of Equalization in California. That's where we pay sales tax. Click OK. Let's just say you want to do quick add, or you can set up in detail the information and stuff. So if you just pay online, quick add, let's just say BOE. Okay, so now I close it, and now it's asking updating sales tax. You want to make all the existing customers taxable. Right now we don't have any, but normally you want to charge customers taxable, right? And make all existing inventory and non-inventory parts taxable. Yes. Okay, so I'm ready. Okay, so close everything. Now I'm going to open the home page again, company home page, right? Okay, I'm there now. So I'm going to create inventory items. Okay, inventory items. As you can see here, they already created one sales tax in here, right? And if you need to create multiple sales tax or group, you can do the same way. Go to item. We have a separate video for that too. We have separate video on many things. Sales tax group. All right. So this is the basic one. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on detail stuff. Okay. So so now I'm gonna go to items and I'm gonna create inventory. Just right click it, new. I'm gonna select inventory part, and let's say sell computer. Let's say computer 101, right? And that's your part number. And if you have a manufacturer's part number that you use when you want to place your order, then you just fill in manufacturer's part. So that's what it will show up on the purchase order. And if you use sub items, you can use sub items too. But we have a separate video on how to create sub item too. So description, purchase, right here, 101. This is the one, it goes to your purchase order. And this is the one, it goes to your invoice, sales, this is sales forms. Okay, so just put in your cost number. So cost, let's say it's 80 bucks for this one to buy it, and let's say you want to sell it for $100, right? Okay, and cost of goods sold, So when you sell it, that's where you expense it. When you sell it, and this is the income you want to use, income account, let's say sales hardware, right? And this is where you track your inventory asset. When you buy it, uh, this is where it goes to your inventory asset account. Okay, just leave the way it is. So you have nothing in here, and you're ready to go. Let's create another one. Computer 102. Okay, same thing in here. And let's say the cost on this is 160, and on this one, let's say 200 selling price. And the preferred vendor is asking. You can just leave it blank, or you can, you know, if you have just one place to buy, you can just select preferred vendor. Let's just say this is a Rick supplier, right? It's a computer company, let's say. So just save this. Okay, so now I have a computer, two computer items, right? And let's say you also buy some uh, non-computer non-inventory part type, right? Let's say part 101, okay? And you want to see cost as well as the sales price, and you can just leave it blank, it doesn't matter. So cost, let's say you want to select cost of goods sold, same thing. And income, let's say you want to select same ones, hardware stuff. So the difference between tracking and non-tracking is when you buy the non-tracking inventory, basically when you buy it, you know, enter bills or pay bills or write check, it goes to your P&L, right? You know, expense account is P&L. So that's the difference. But inventory one, when you buy it, it goes to basically you know it will add to your inventory asset, and when you sell it, it will pull out inventory and it will expense the cost of goods sold account. So that's the difference. Okay, so now I got this. Oh, I'm going to put the description to edit. I'm going to edit and just paste it here. So the part number, the sales description could be totally different than what you have on your item number, item name and the number. So this is the one you will see on sales information, sales forms. Okay, so now this, and let's just say you also do services like installation type. Okay, let's just say installation. Installation one. Okay, both you want. You can just leave these two blank because you know it's a service type, and you got to select the inventory. I mean the income account. Let's just say this is the consulting income or sales support and maintenance. Let's just say that one. And you want to select expense income cost of goods sold account. That's fine. Cost of goods sold account. Okay, say okay. All right, you have four items. That's to do it. And now you're ready to buy it. Okay, so when you buy it, either you can create purchase order. You know, let's say the supplier wants to see purchase order because they give you terms, or you place an order over the phone and they don't need purchase order. All right, let's say in this case you need purchase order. All right, you want to buy from a Rick supplier, and let's say you want to buy in computer 101, computer 102, and let's say part 101. Let's say this is 200 units, 200 units, and let's say this is also 200, right? In this case, you know, there's no red. You just put in 50 bucks, whatever you're paying for that thing. Okay, so it's basically buying a $58,000 worth of inventory in this one. All right, big investment. Okay, got to sell it. Okay, so now we got the purchase order. Let's go to the vendor center now. So when you go to vendor center, you will see I'm gonna close this one now. As you can see, a purchase order is open now, right? Okay, and now go to home page, purchase order, and now you want to receive the inventory. So you want to receive inventory in here. So when you receive inventory, you have two options. So if it's a big company, they will just send you packing slip and vendor bills separately. The small company, they may send both at the same time, or you know, something like that. Let's just say you receive inventory without bill, but you want to keep your inventory up to date, all the time, because you need to know what's on hand. So let's say you want to receive inventory without bill. Just click that one. So here's your item received, right? Uh, and let's say you select a vendor. The moment you select a vendor, they'll ask you, well, there's a purchase order open. Do you want to use, is this the one you're talking about? Say yes. That's the one you want to select. Normally you may have a whole bunch of purchase orders, right? So you may want to select the right one. Otherwise it'll be a mess. All right, so the $58,000 reference number, you can just put today's date or something. Okay, so and if you receive if it is a back order, then just say whatever you received in here, like 100 this, and the back order 100, then it will show back order on the next one. Let's say in this case you receive all full shipment, save and close, right? And now you move from here to here, right? And now you received bill. Just click it here, select vendor. So the moment you select this, then basically you're creating accounts payable. You owe that money. You already received that inventory. You haven't sold it yet, but you received it. Okay, it's basically the same one. It just clicks the bill receipt right here. Okay, let's say at this point you also vendor also give you invoice bill number, right? Let's put the bill number, whatever it is, right? That way they know, when you pay it, you're paying for this bill. Okay, save and close. And then, so you got to select the terms. Let's say it's net 30, right? And make sure the date on this one is the invoice date. It's not your date. It's the vendor bill date. So that what that means is they expect the payment uh, on this date because that's what they gave you. They computed the net 30 on based on this, and they expect payment on this. If you don't make the payment on this one, that means it's past due. All right, save and close. Okay, so now if you go to the inventory list, so you have these two in stock. The other one you're not tracking, but you already received it, expense it, you know. All right, but these you have two on hand. Okay, so now you're ready to rock and roll and sell those inventories. Okay, let's say uh, somebody wants to buy this and wants some quotation or estimate. Okay, so you're going to create estimate, right? And if they don't need it, you can just directly create create invoice. We'll go through that. Let's say in this case, they want some estimate from you, and let's select the customer in here. All right, let's say this one is AAA computer. Okay, let's say they want to buy computer 101, computer 102, and some non-inventory type, and they also want some installation guide help. All right, let's say this is uh, 30, 30, and let's say this one is 10, and let's say this is 2. And in here, you don't have any price. It's non-inventory type. You can select any price you want. Let's say it's a $100 one, 100. Okay, so like this. And let's say you do the service charge, installation charge. Let's say this is also $300 one. Okay, so you got the invoice subtotal is right here, and below that is the sales tax, California sales tax, 8%, $848. So you got everything. Save and close, right? So now you basically reduce your inventory. You go to item list here. So if you click it here, it will give you, right now it's the 200, but it's not updated yet. Let's see. Inventory. Let's look at the reports in here. Inventory valuation summary report. All right, this will do it. Okay, still on hand is 20, right? And now, okay, so let's say you receive payment on that one. Oh, looks like we haven't saved that invoice yet. That's why. Let's see what happened. Oh, we just created the estimate yet. So we just created the estimate, right? This one. And now we want to issue invoice, create invoice on this one. Create invoice right here. So it's they basically copy from estimate to invoice, right? You save it. Okay, so now it will adjust the inventory level. Go in here, it's 170 now, right? It's 170. Okay, so now if you go to the customer center, so they owe you $11,448. Okay, so now we have a pretty good grasp on the balance sheet. Now I'm just going to look at the balance sheet in here, company financial, and then balance sheet. So as you can see here, it's $100,000 still sitting in there, cash that you put in, bonus equity, right? And then you invoiced it. This is on accrual basis. If you change it to cash, then you won't have AR and AP. Then your inventory is here, and this one is accounts payable. You owe this money, and then the sales tax on invoice that you need to pay to sales tax company. And so net income wise, you still have loss in here because you have you click it here, it will tell you the P&L. See the detail in here. All right, so let's look at the P&L now. Okay, so as you can see here, cost of goods sold. This is the cost of goods sold. Now it includes your non-inventory expense too. See, this one is part $10,000 non-inventory, right? So expense is not, that's the difference between inventory and non-inventory. So inventory, you track it as an asset, and when you sell it, you expense it. Non-inventory part, when you buy it, basically you expense it at the same time. That's why it's non-inventory. Okay, so in this case, right now it's showing loss, right? Okay, so now let's go to home page again. Okay, so you created the invoice, right? And now you want to receive payment. Go in here, AAA computer, and select this one. Let's say they made full payment, so it will automatically calculate payment. Let's say don't show that again. Click it, see 11,448 right there, 100% payment. Let's say they paid by check, and so check number is right here, something like that. Okay, if it's by cash or debit card, so for then you have a merchant. You need a merchant service for these two. For this one, debit card, and more if you want to set up new one. Okay, so I'm going to save and close. Okay, so now, so you created estimate, You invoiced it, you see payment, and the check is still sitting in the drawer, and normally it goes to like they call it undeposited funds. It's like a clearing account, and now you want to deposit that check sitting in your drawer or someplace to the bank. Once you do it, then you want to record deposits in here. Record deposits. Just click that one. Okay, so normally you will see a whole bunch of checks in here, right? So just select which ones you are depositing as a batch deposit. Let's say in this case just one. So if you have two, then select two, and then the deposit slip is going to be higher, of course. Click OK, and make sure the deposits to is the right bank account, right? Checking account. Okay, and save and close. Okay, and now you have already entered the bill. You received you created purchase order, received inventory, and you enter bill against that inventory. Now you need to pay bill. Just click that one. All right, so click this one. This is the one you want to pay. It's a lot of money, 58,000, and it's by check. And if it's by credit card or something, you can select that one too. Right now it's set up. I'm gonna have check in there. If it's a credit card, then of course you have to do it a little bit differently. And you will have a credit card account, and then select the credit card and just give them credit card number. So assign check number, and let's say this is a manual check. If it's a printed, you can just select printed, and they will automatically assign check number in sequence. So let's say you want to assign check number manual thing, and make sure you select the right checking account, right? Okay, so in this case, like as you can see here, the ending balance is it's not that enough, right? So you may want to transfer some money from savings, then you write this check, right? See, ending balance is already negative already, right? The moment you create that check. So you go to transfer again, banking, transfer funds. Okay, so you want from savings, from savings to checking, right? Okay, so you want to select, let's say you want to transfer $25,000 from there. Save and close, right? Okay, so now I'm going to write some checks, pay bills, gotta do it, pay bills. Now, after writing this, before this, as you can see here, it's 76,000. The moment you select this and pay this bill, it's down to $18,000. And I want to assign check number, pay selected, and assign check number. Let's say the first check number is 1001, or whatever is in your drawer, and say okay, it's done. That's the only one I want to pay today, right? Okay, so now let's go back to the balance sheet again. Refresh this. As you can see here, checking 18,000, savings 35,000. So inventory asset is 40,000. You know, it's a big portion of your total balance, total asset in here, right? And sales taxes right here, and net loss is still there. So now if you create sales invoice, what will happen is basically reduce your asset, and then you will have more income, and then you know then the net income is going to be positive later on if it's a profitable one. Okay, so right now you don't have any receivable, or you don't have any payable. You already paid that bill, and like that. Okay, so now uh, what I'm going to do is uh, so we'll come back to sales receipt now. So what's the difference between sales receipt and create invoices? So create invoice is basically you bill your customer, and then you see the payment later, like 30 days or 15 days. But it says sales receipt is you create, sales receipt at the same time you receive the payment. So you receive the payment, and that's basically a combination of these two. create invoice and receive payment at the same time. So this is sales receipt. Let's say you have one sales receipt in here. Somebody just came in and just want to buy something, bought it and paid it. Let's say the customer is Tim Johnson. All right. Okay. So just add, quick add. Let's say item 101, 102. All right, let's say these two. And in here, if you're not sure you have enough items in stock, you can just click this one. See a little thing here? Just click it. It'll tell you right here. You got 170, right? So you have enough items to sell. Let's say you want to sell 50. Oops. Same thing in here, right here. See? You have 170 on that one too. And let's say you sold 40 of these. Okay, so taxable. Everything was good. And let's say the check. Just select that one. Let's check, right? Okay, check number is right here. If you want to write down, this is check number is that. Okay, and sales tax is there. Save and close. Okay, so that means you should have more bank balance now, right? So they go in here, force right here, company and financial. Right? Now still sitting in undeposited funds. You got to go ahead and see this one item, a sales receipt one. Click it and then deposit to your bank account. Say checking account. Make sure it's the right account is selected. All right. So now if I go to that, balance it again. So I have more money now. So inventory went down, and still have sales tax payable left, and then net income is still negative, right? Let's say you have you create invoice again, and let's say you want to do some service work. Say new one here. That's your customer. All right. Let's say this is for this service one, installation one. Let's say it's $10,000 one, big one. Okay. So in this case, you don't need the quantity one. Or they will automatically compute as one. So if you put one, it's the same thing. If you don't put it, it's still the same. Okay. So in that case, the quantity doesn't matter actually. Service. So all right. So now you have a net profit now. See, net income is 6,200. Let's go to P&L also. So it's income is 34,000, expenses. So you have 6,200 income. That's pretty good. Good start. Okay, so now I'm going to close all these again. So you open so many. Okay, go to company and home page again. So we still have to deposit that last check. I think we already deposited that one. I think. Yeah, we already did that one. There's nothing left there. Okay, so now let's say it's time to pay some bills. Just write a check actually. You don't need to go through enter bills and pay bills. So the difference between these two and just write a check is basically it will show up as an expense, and this one is show up as accounts payable, enter bill. The moment you enter bill, it will show up as enter outstanding bills from vendors. It's the same thing like other side of invoicing, right? Okay, so I'm going to write a check, let's say to your landlord. So landlord, so you want to pay bill to your landlord. Okay, so let's say that's your vendor name is landlord. Okay, so now you want to pay rent, and underneath expense it's vendor. You want to select as vendor. Okay, so select rent. rent expense, right? And if it's not there, then you have to create a new one, right? Okay. So rent is already there. Let's say they charge you $500 a month, right? So this is for, let's say, rent for August. Okay. All right. So let's say, you write a check $500 a month. It's known, and you want to set up automatic, auto recording type, right? So you just have to memorize this. See right here, memorize. If you create the same check on a regular basis, use memorize to set it up as a template for future use. Click that one, right? And the name is landlord. If you pay landlord, if you pay the same landlord company, uh, more than one check, you want to memorize it, then you have to say landlord 1, landlord 2, like that. Let's say landlord 1 for this one. And how often? It's monthly, right? Okay, monthly. And automate transaction entry, it's the next date is, let's say, you want to pay August. You already paid for August. So next one, you want to pay a week in advance, let's say 23rd, right? And let's say it's 3 or less, so you have 35 more left, right? Okay, 35. Let's put 35. Uh, Number remaining, so it'd be 35. So there's a sound there, right? So that means you have created auto recurring memorized transaction for that for $500. Let's save this one, and so now if you want to see that memorized list, you go in here and memorize transaction list. See right here, $500 a month. It automatically posts the create transaction in QuickBooks, right? It's left right check, but it will automatically, you know, create transaction in here. Okay, so now, so if you just want to write a check, let's say a telephone bill, Verizon, vendor, and let's say telephone expense, that says $100, right? Okay, so $100, just write a check. And let's say you have another one. Let's say you have some vendor do some cleaning stuff, say cleaning company, quick one. And let's say this is the let's just say utilities type, or if you don't like this, you want to say janitorial, right? Okay, so let's create a new one. Expense. This is janitorial. Okay. Let's say it's $100 a month. Like this. Save and close. And let's say you buy a whole bunch of stuff from Costco. Let's put Costco. Quick add. Okay, so in this case, let's say you want to split. You bought computer related items. Let's say it's $200, and now we're doing split in here. Just go to the next line. Let's say on office supplies. Office supply. Let's say $100, and let's say what else is there here? Office supplies. All right. So anyways, let's say you went to Costco gas station and bought something. Okay, so $50. All right. So this is how you split it. Okay, so altogether it's 350, right? And this is just an example. So if you go to Costco or maybe the gas station is separate, it won't be in the same bill. Let's just select another one in here, not to confuse with this thing. All right. Appreciation. All right, so you bought some advertising stuff, let's say printing stuff. Printing. printing. Okay, so you got an idea. It's to 350. Okay, so now let's go back to reports again one more time. Go to reports a lot. So the profit and loss, you'll see all expenses in here, right? And income and cost of goods sold. Here's your gross profit margin. You can compute the percentage from here. 62, $100 on 34,000 income, right? Okay, and then balance it in here. Okay, so let's say in computer profit and loss in here. So if you go to customize, uh, so you can select the percentage of row to income like this. So give you, the breakdown like this. So the gross profit margin is 18% on this one, right? And you have 3% expense, overhead expense. 82 is your cost of goods sold type. So net income percentage is 15%, right? Okay, so just sort of an example. And now I'm going to close some of these. I'm going to close home. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, let's say this one. Okay. So on the left side you have profit and loss, on the right side is balance sheet. Okay, so you have net income of 5150 at this moment. So this one 5150, it moves up to in here, as you can see here, this one, right? So it will be part of your equity. So if it's a loss, then it will so negative in here too, right? It's just income in here positive, so it's 5150 is also positive in your balanced account as part of equity, right? And then, so this is for the this particular year, fiscal year, and end of the year. Then they will move. QuickBooks will automatically move the net income from net income to retained earnings in here automatically. You don't need to do anything, and then start the year fresh. It'll be zero, starting from zero again, all over again. Okay, so let's go to home page again. Okay, so now let's look at the inventory reports one more time. So inventory reports are right here, right? So they have inventory valuation summary, detail, status by item. Will give you valuation summary in here. As you can see here, on hand is like this, and value is this, right? 29,600. And let's look at it this one here. I'm going to close this, close this. I'm going to close this. Okay, I'm going to see if we can split this. Okay, so as you can see here, 29,600 is the detailed one for valuation, and this should match with your inventory asset on your balance sheet, right? See, if you don't do right zone entry or don't mess up, some other way, if you just stick with entering bills, to add to your or writing check to buy inventory, and then creating sales forms like sales invoices or sales receipt, then the inventory balance and summary total right here, detail, it should match with what's on your inventory asset account, right? And if some reason it's off, then you have to do the reconciliation. Okay, so now next thing I want to do is, as you can see here, there's a sales tax payable here, right? And so how do you pay that one? Okay, so to pay it, don't write check like this. Just don't go to here and write check. Normally people just write a check, although you're writing a check, but you don't do it from here. There's a proper place to record sales tax payment. So go to vendors, right? And you'll see sales tax, and it says manage sales tax, and pay sales tax right here. Pay sales tax, and just select sales tax through, let's say, July. Right here. Okay, so let's say you owe that much money, right? Okay, so normally, you pay sales tax either on monthly or every year, once a year, right? Let's say, right now you want to pay sales tax. So this is how you have to do it: pay sales tax. So pay sales vendors, sales tax, pay sales tax, right? Okay, and then just paid. So you go to check numbers. You can print a check, write the check number to be printed, or if you just want a manual check right here, 1002, right? It's okay. So that's how you have to record the uh, sales tax payment. So now you don't see that sales tax is gone, right? That's how you have to properly record the tax payment. Okay. So now I'm going to close this one more time. Okay. So now open this home page again. Okay. So now it's getting close. It's almost done. So now you have certain reports that you run on a regular basis, and you want to memorize those reports. Let's say we just ran, a couple of inventory valuation, AR aging, profit and loss, balance sheet type. So all they have to do is memorize reports and just come here and memorize report list. And this will be your own under your own name. Just click that one, and then underneath it's a new group, right? Just click your own name. Let's say okay, let's say that's your name, right? And now if we go to reports, let's open one report in here, balance sheet, profit and loss, and you want to memorize it. So memorize it right here. Okay, and asking where do you want to save this. Just select your name in here, right? Okay, and so you can also share this to template with others too. All right, so here's that sound. That means it's saved. Let's open another one. Okay, let's memorize this. There we go. I'll say another one, inventory valuation summary, right? Memorize this. So I got an idea now, right? All right, let's do another one. The report you want to save this all the time is AR aging summary. Right now, you only have one outstanding. So memorize this. All right, so you got an idea. So now if you just go to memorize report in here under your name, you will see all the reports that you want to memorize. Then you don't have to go through everything. You can just do it right away. Just close all these. Just go in here. Let's say you just want this. Balance it. Right there. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so last thing I want to focus on is the calendar thing here. So you want to make a list like what to-do list type, this reminder thing, task reminder, then this calendar, and just type it. Whatever you need to do, just type it, and then it will show on the list, See, as you can see here, all the tasks you did here, same thing. So you just have to create a task, and this one comes in very handy whenever we need it. So just look into that one. Okay, so so I think that's about it on this one. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.